Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your June 2026 tarot card reading. Let's get into it. Call upon thee, Yahweh, the Delos and Haru, the great angel sent over the operation of the secret wisdom to lay his invisible hands upon these consecrated cards of art, that thereby we may obtain knowledge of hidden things, to the glory of thy ineffable name. Amen. Okay, Cancer, welcome back. As I said, this will be a reading for June 2026. We'll be using Celtic Cross Spread and Thoth Tarot. Cancer, if you like the video, please like the video. If you like what I do here on the channel, please subscribe. If you'd like to dive further, the link over here or over here, you should really learn where it is. I'll take you to a page that will take you to my website. Alright, Spirit, what does Cancer need to know for June 2026? What's in store for my lovely Cancerians in June 2026? Please and thank you kindly. Cancer Venus, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer Mercury, wherever it is. This reading's for you. If it doesn't resonate, no, it's not. Either way, it's good to have you here, Cancer. So let's see what's going on for you. Okay, Cancer, you're coming out as the Prince of Cups. And your challenge is the Hierophant, Taurian energy. In your foundations, you have Temperance, no, Art or Temperance, Sagittarian energy. In your recent past, you have the Princess of Swords. What you're currently thinking about is the Empress, Venusian energy. In your near future, you have the old Magus, or Magician. How you see yourself, Cancer, is Ace of Cups. What surrounds you is adjustment or justice. Your hopes and fears are represented by the Chariot, Cancerian energy. And your overall outcome, or what you manifest, is Ace of Swords, root of the power of air. You have two aces here and two majors, a lot of majors. Very interesting. Let's get into it. You have no small cards here, Cancer. No, that's not true. You have two. At any rate, you are showing up as the Prince of Cups. Libra energy, Scorpio energy. This is someone who wants to understand why it is what they feel, so that they can better understand themselves and others around them. Now the Prince of Cups is the King of Cups, who's not really there yet, right? So you have the King of Cups, who's kind of put away his wild desires and all that kind of stuff in his past, because he's come to the point where he's understood why it is he feels what he feels, and so on. The Prince of Cups, not so much. Prince of Cups comes off as more of a mysterious, dark kind of energy. Very passionate, very ambitious, very artistic, knows exactly what it is he or she wants, and can be known to do whatever it is they need to do to get it. Not a terrible card, but maybe a bit off-putting to some, or maybe that's just me. Whatever you're up to, Cancer, it's coming from a good place. I know that. But it may be coming off to others as, I just want to say, kind of confusing. Definitely mysterious. But you know what you're doing. Or you're trying to figure out what it is you're doing. in what you're doing. Now, crosses you, your main challenge for June is the Hierophant, Taurian energy. This is someone who's a teacher, a guru, someone who has some kind of a backing or a following. Could represent a group of people. Why would this be a challenge to the Prince of Cups? Well, Prince of Cups is going to do what the Prince of Cups does. And the Hierophant is more of a structured organization energy, if you will. It's a path to move in a certain direction. Hierophant is robed in truth and shares the truth with those who sit at his feet, and the Prince of Cups would not do that, I feel. Cancer, what I'm intuitively getting here is that you're in some kind of group, organization, school, business, whatever, and you're doing your thing. And it's not like you don't really get along with everyone. You get along fine, but you kind of do it. You're a bit of a lone wolf here in this reading so far. Like I said, you don't really break the rules or do anything like that, but you just kind of keep it to yourself and stay focused on the task at hand. And your foundations, your subconscious, your makeup, you have the art, the art card, Temperance, Sagittarian energy, the testing intelligence. This is trial and error, finding the right proportions. It's finding a way out of a seemingly impossible situation by adjusting yourself, not like adjustment, but sort of. And it's reconciliation with others, right? It's finding the guy in you, the girl in you, right? The hot, the fire, and the ice, and finding just the right proportions. So here you got the writing in the back. Basically means just find the inner parts for yourself, and then you need to know then you'll know everything you need to know. And perhaps you'll become that King of Cups. But this is already something you're working on, I feel. Main function is anger. Learning how to channel anger is something that we all do for our entire lives. And that's what's in your foundation too, Cancer. Yeah. Interesting. In the past, you have the Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords is someone who's a bit idealistic. They're aware of problems, but they believe in solutions. They have enthusiasm unrestrained by a history of failure because they're very young, at least in their experience. Perhaps there was a time in your recent past where you felt you could just go and do a thing and everything would be a certain way. But in your naivete, you learned that that just wasn't the case. And then you developed into this Prince of Cups character who just is going to do what he or she needs to do, regardless of the way things are or the way things. It's a dog, that's why I like. The way things you feel like they should be, or could have been. The Hierophant comes in and says, nope, we do things a certain way. And the Hierophant's not a person that tells you what to do, really, but there's a certain way about the Hierophant's followers, I feel here. The Hierophant's not typically a boss kind of person, but they're in a position of power because they have a lot to teach. Right? We've all had tough teachers, Cancer, in our lives. Princess of Swords knows. Well, let's move on. Let's move on to what you're currently thinking about, which is the Empress. She is the consciousness of imagination. Hebrew letters Daleth, Door, Venusian energy. She's all about creation. Creating new things out of nothing. Planting what it is you want and letting it grow. Cancer, you want to know what that is. I mean, everyone does, but in the month of June 2026, you really want to know what that is. You have ambitions, you have hopes. You want to take care of people. And you want to do it your own way. You don't want to do it like the Hierophant does. Whoever that is to you. So you're trying to create a new way. Branching off, perhaps. How will I do it? Cancer says. How will I do it? Alright. Well, Cancer, in your near future, this is how you do it. Magus. Pay attention. Paying attention to what it is you like, what it is you don't like. Put effort into it. Become aware. This is consciousness becoming aware of itself, which is a paradox, but that's what it is. And it's the power of attention, right? And you are focused on learning. You haven't figured it out yet, but you're doing the work. You're thinking about what it is you want to bring in to the world, and in the near future, you're doing it. You're bringing it in. You're very focused there, Cancer. I'm curious how you see yourself. You have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is where anything can be made, meaning-wise. You can make anything you want. You know this on some level. You may not know this on some level. That's why you're here. We're there. Coming and going. Little semantics, having fun. But yeah, anything can be made. You can find your true calling. Could be a possible new relationship, but that's not really what the vibe I'm getting here. You are bringing something into the world that is your own Hierophant. That is your own creation. You haven't figured it out just yet. You're like the Ghostbusters in the beginning of Ghostbusters when they're just branching off. They have no money. And they're just sitting down eating Chinese waiting for their first call. That's what I'm getting here. Yeah. What's around you is adjustments. Yeah. Adjustment is the illusion of stasis arising in constant activity. What that means is an experience, there's all these different things happening, and your awareness, your consciousness needs to adjust to it for better or worse. Now, maybe you've left a job, maybe you bought a new place, maybe you undertook something here, right? In doing that, you've had to make an adjustment. The main function of adjustment is work. It's not easy. There's a lot of work to be done in your environment. There's a lot of inspiration too. And it doesn't feel easy, does it, Cancer? It doesn't feel easy. It doesn't feel impossible, but it doesn't feel easy. And that's for a reason too. It shouldn't be easy. I feel. If it was easy, what would be the point? It's like a video game, right? You play it on easy, you can beat it in like a day. Not really feel anything. But if you play it on hard, or medium, as I do, it takes a while, but actually you still don't really feel much after you beat it. But it's more fun, right? It's more fun. Libra energy. Yeah, I love adjustment. She's tough, but yeah, good results. Your hopes and fears are represented by the Chariot. Cancerian energy. This is in the first septenary of the major arcana, and it's the first place where, after the Hierophants, where you know some things, one is able to go out into the world and decide what it is they want to do with whatever it is they know, whoever it is they are, and they move in that direction. Receptivity and will, right? Moving in one direction, from understanding into power on the tree of life, or just in any one direction in life, and you are moving in a direction, right? Yes. Bring something brand new into existence, right? Giving birth to something new. In your future, paying very close attention to what it is that you want to bring in and what it is you don't need to bring in. Making the necessary adjustments in your environment to do this. Because you know there's potential for anything and everything. Chariot is a container. Charioteer moves the chariot. The body is a container for the soul, or the personality is a vehicle. It goes on and on and on. My point is, what is it you want to be a container for, Cancer? My point was a question. Okay? But, look, you're doing the work. You're figuring it out. Once you figure it out, do it. Give it life. Don't worry about the past. It's over. It's part of you, but it's over. So you want it to be just perfect. There's no such thing. Just make sure it's a sturdy container and that you embody whatever it is you wish to embody. When the time's right. Alright, Cancer. Your overall outcome here is root of the power of air, the Ace of Swords. 2 aces here. This is where anything can be differentiated one from another. That's what a sword does. It cuts, as the mind does. It says this is that, that is that, this is that, and there are differences. And this card says, what do you want to do? What do you want to change? What do you want to see different? It's great force invoked. Making clear, sensible decisions. But again, I feel like there's a theme here, just what is it you want to see change, right? If you had the sword that can cut through anything, and it's the same sword that the old lady hit, right? It's the same sword. You have it now, Cancer. What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with it? What would you like to see different? What would you like to see change? What would you like to create? What do you feel is holding you back? And right now, or in June, you don't necessarily know, but you're on your way. Time to act is coming. You'll know what to do. Just give it some care and attention, focus and love, and give it to yourself too. All right, Cancer, that's everything I got for you. for June 2026. Thanks so much for being here. Much love. Until next time. Bye-bye.